Another way to see what's going on behind the scenes is to use dynamic management objects. Dynamic management objects allow me to track, investigate, query different SQL resources and find out what SQL's doing behind the scenes at a higher level typically than just being able to view an execution plan. Because while an execution plan is nice, it's only going to tell me information about one query. My dynamic management objects allow me to find out at a higher level what's going on behind the scenes inside of SQL. Our dynamic management objects come in two different varieties: views and functions. Where views are going to be treated like tables, functions will accept parameters, where typically I'll have a database object ID that I'll pass into that function. Now there's a whole host of dynamic management objects, and I've called out a couple on the next couple of slides. The first of which are a few different index dynamic management objects. For example, we have an index usage stats, which will allow us to determine what indexes are or aren't being used. Missing index details, which will allow me to find out from SQL what indexes it thinks should be inside of there. And then index physical stats, which is used to find out how indexes are actually written out to disk, how much space they're taking up, and what percentage of fragmentation exists on indexes. Additionally, you can use dynamic management objects to find out about transactions. We have Tran database transactions, which will give us information about transactions at the database level, session transactions, which will give us information on a session-by-session basis, and then finally Tran locks, which will give us information about data that's being locked for transactions.